What's up, guys? My name is Adriel Rivera, and I make music in my shed. Joining me today is somebody else who also makes music in my shed. Ice cream cone manufacturer, T. James Pres, Washington.
Yup, I be making like the sugar cones, the waffle cones, everything. Like, you ever been to Cold Stone?
Yeah.
Like the really nice waffle cones they got there?
Yeah.
I make those by hand.
Really?
Just me.
I heard that you were supposed to be like the third member of Ben and Jerry's. Like, it was supposed to be Ben, Jerry's, and Prez's.
Yeah.
But it just didn't happen.
Yeah, they kicked me to the curb. It still, Ben and Jerry, I hate y'all. I cannot believe y'all did this to me.
That's crazy. So, anyway, forget his problems. We're gonna be doing When I Met You Dear, the breaking down the music video. Well, just going over the music video and the lyrics of the song. Last week we did the production breakdown of the song, and it went well. It was a lot of information. I was actually not expecting to go as long as we did for that episode, but we did. We went, and we didn't even talk about a demo either. So, it was pretty good length. Today we have more stuff for the song. Now, this music video you helped me with. Would any questions, comments, concerns about this music video and song before we start?
We'll get into it after, but I do want to say, like, I was watching it and I was like, yo, who shot this? Like, this, like, I like some of this. Like, this is cool. It's like, who the hell shot this? And then I look at the credits and I was like,
me?
What? What? When? But I don't know. For some reason, I don't remember this. I do remember.
That's crazy.
I'll tell you, I do remember one of the parts. Like, yeah. I do remember being there for that. Okay. But the other, I don't know what it is. Maybe it just like blended together with something else in my head. But like, I don't remember it.
You don't remember this video at all?
Just the one part. I'll tell you which part it is. I think
I know which part it is. All right, so here's the music video for When I Met You Dear.
Hey, so you ready to go? Yeah. We gotta do the thing first.
Adriel Rivera.
We gotta go. Adriel Rivera! You know?
Adriel Rivera!
Let's go.
Wow. I'm a fan of that one, bro. That video is sick.
Really?
I like the colors on it a lot.
Thank you. I feel like it's a more simple video. Like I'm not like I do think it turned out really good in terms of how it looks.
Right.
I feel like it could have been a little bit more interesting a video, but at the same time, like I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. And this video was taken on the old camera, the Canon EOS SL3. So not even this one, and I think it looks really good. You know.
Yeah.
Like I think it turned out really nice, and I think this is around the time that I decided to get an ND filter, and like that just changed the game for me. And ND filters are great. Like if you're a filmmaker and you don't use an ND filter, like get it. That should be the first filter you get is an ND filter. It gives you so much more like creative room for like all sorts of shots outside. And just to explain it for the people that don't know what an ND filter is or like anything about cameras or anything like that, it's basically like sunglasses for your camera so that it makes like things that are bright less bright, and you want that because like certain, I guess, settings on a camera will make it be too bright, and in order to bring down the brightness you use like an ND filter so that it's not as bright. And yeah,
Lifesaver,
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just like it makes everything so much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's when I met you, dear. And there's a few things about this video that come to mind, just memories of making this video. But apparently you got none. So
Bro, I swear. So I remember the running shots.
Yeah.
I remember the running
Right,
shots for
yeah.
sure. And then I remember inside the studio tour.
Yeah.
I do not remember shooting outside the studio though.
Really, you don't remember that?
Shooting in the car.
You don't remember that either?
I don't. The wheels thing, I feel like I do remember the wheels thing.
I think with the wheels, I remember I think you drove my car.
Yeah.
And I recorded
Yeah.
that because we were like I would rather me be the one to drive it than you be the one to drive it. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, no, I remember the outside shots that we recorded for this video, like in front of the studio. I remember that I had a booger, it's so apparent, and I had to strategically cut these shots so you didn't see any angle where you could see the booger.
That's crazy.
Like there were some shots that like I wanted to use, but like the booger was too apparent. And like I remember telling you like afterwards when I was editing, I'm like, all right, we got to make sure we booger check like every music video from now on.
Man,
Because that's not the first time that's either the first time it happened or because that's happened on multiple occasions, and that might have been the first time though. And yeah, so booger shot strategic, like maybe if you like look at it like pause the right frame, there's probably see the booger maybe.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we're good.
Yeah, I had to do a booger edit myself a couple days ago. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to do it.
Right. Like, yeah. No, you edited out the booger?
It wasn't a video. It was for a cover. It was for cover art. Yeah.
Oh,
so
well,
it was like
it's a little
not the same
easier.
thing. Yeah.
A little easier when it's just one picture. When it's
Yeah.
the whole video.
But boogers though, you got to be on the lookout for them.
Yeah.
So hey, if you're ever shooting some stuff for your friend, check out look for the boogers. Tell them, hey, your hair's a little off. Like just let them know.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want those boogers in the shot.
Real.
And another thing about it too is like the whole studio tour, and then I take my guitar and go out and like, you know, there are shots of me actually playing the guitar. I just did not even use it. So literally I'm just like looking at the video, I'm just running around with the guitar, like not even playing it, dude. I just grabbed it and just started going places.
Yeah. You don't need to play it.
Yeah,
It's just a prop for running.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's funny. I probably should have played it, like showed a little bit of playing it. And I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I didn't.
It happens, man. But yeah, I do really like the colors on this, and then I like you switching between the aspect ratios. I like that too.
Thank you.
I like that too.
Yeah, I wanted to have like, you know, a camcorder feel for some of it, and then just the regular video. I did get some compliments about the visuals of the video from a few people. I think a few people in the comments I think probably said something about it, but I remember somebody reached out specifically to say that they liked it.
There's me.
Bro, that videographer is a 10 out of 10. Those running shots are
See, I remember the
smooth.
running shots, bro. I remember the running shots.
And that's all he remembers, bro. That's all he remembers. But yeah, so
Yeah, and it meshes together really too. Like you did the two different like styles, like the camcorder feel to it.
Yeah.
But then like the shots that aren't like that, it still feels like it meshes well.
Like it belongs to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. I do really like this ending shot that we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold up. Let me mute this real quick. But yeah, like I run up to the camera out of focus and then I'm in focus and then, you just pan up and then like you have the "Are we there yet?" As you're saying it. It's dope. But yeah, what else? What other shots we got in here? I don't know if there's really much more shots to really talk about because again, simple video. Oh, but then we have like this beginning section where I like talk about what the song even is about, So I've been releasing music for over 6 years. At this point now, it's been 7, close to 8. I've been releasing music for over 6 years and producing for about 10. My music has seen every moment of my life. She's heard my laughs and wiped my tears when no one else could. And then after that, what else did I say? Did I write down? She's taught me passion, responsibility, love, and so much more. She's blessed me with this career. She'll be by my side regardless of my status or age. This one's to her, my dear. And so I mentioned to her in there as well.
That's good.
Yeah. So, because like this is part of one, cohesive project. Cohesive. I mean, it's not like a huge central thing to it, but like I wanted to have some sort of theme going on.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
So this song about a woman? This song isn't about a woman? What?
Nope. No. This song is not about a woman. This song is about my music career. It's a personification of like my music career. And it does sound very like if I'm talking about a specific person, but I'm not. This is the person I'm talking about is my music. And so I guess bouncing off of that will lead into the lyrics. Let's break down these lyrics. But before we do that, if you guys want early access to my latest releases, I release a song every month on the 25th. Feel free to check out the show notes to get early access to those songs before anybody else does. Now, let's move on to the lyrics of When I Met You Dear.
Let's lyric it up. I really like the opening frame too. Like I just wanted to mention that it was really cool. The car.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, something like that. That was really nice.
Thank you.
All right. But lyrics though.
Yeah.
The first thing I was going to say, which we actually talked about in the last episode, so if you haven't seen that, you should watch that. But it was just a question about the little intro that you did. I was wondering if that was a genuine conversation or scripted.
Yeah.
If you want the answer, you know where to find it.
Right. Yeah. Last episode.
But yeah, so the first set of lyrics I got for you.
Yeah.
Why need more when I know that you're just my type? And all these pretty girls, they never get me right. So, I mean, like I said, this makes me think you're talking about a pretty girl, but you're talking about your music.
Yeah, for sure.
You're talking about your music and how I'm assuming that this is like a concept that you've probably wanted to do for a minute or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so how did you know that like this was the time to do it? Or was there something that happened where you were like, all right, it's time for me to get this out?
Yeah. I think, well, I definitely was inspired by Boy Pablo. Boy Pablo has a song called Sick Feeling. Where it sounds like he's talking about a girl that left him, but he's actually talking about his PlayStation that I think he like broke or something like that.
Wow.
He said, "I used to turn you on," but he used to turn his PlayStation on, And so I thought that was funny. And like I took it a little more of like I guess a serious route, where it's like I wanted to talk about something inanimate, which was my music career, and like put it into like a different kind of perspective. But why was it the time? I don't know. I think it just it just kind of happened. I don't think it was necessarily planned that I wanted this to be this, but with the EP and everything coming out, that I was trying to make and get out, like I knew if I was gonna call it "Are We There Yet," I had the name for the EP already. "Are We There Yet?" Because I had "I'll See You There," so I wanted to do "Are We There Yet?" Which we'll talk about a little bit more if you have any of those questions. If not, I can continue to elaborate on it. But "Are We There Yet?" I wanted to have something that at least like would talk about my music career, and this was, I felt like this worked.
Yeah.
Specifically those lyrics. Why need more when I know that you're just my type, and all these pretty girls, they never get me right. At the time, like I was single, gone through some stuff, and it's like the whole idea of like, why need more when I know that you're just my type. Music has helped me find myself. It's like, it's very much me. My music is very much me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like kind of like saying like, why do I need, like, I don't need anything else but myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not in a way that's like, I'm angry, but it's like I love myself, you know? And so like, why need more when I know like that this is just what I need.
Yeah.
Like you're just my type. This music is just my thing.
I didn't even take it like that. When I read/heard that, I was taking it more as music just being the thing for you. I hadn't thought about like what music does for you. Like that is what's for you. And exactly. That's cool.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your music should be very much you. And so with the EP, Are We There Yet? How did you kind of decide what songs were going to be on it? Like how far back to go to, bundle those singles together? Mm-hmm. And then also if you want to slip in like To Her and why we decided to put that in there too.
Yeah. So, so the idea of the EP, Are We There Yet, plays off of the project that I released the previous year in 2021, which was I'll See You There. I'll See You There was the culmination of the songs I had released in the last year of when that EP was out, or not EP, when that project came out. Because in 2020, September 2020 was when I started my song a month cycle. Every 25th, I dropped a song. And so September 2021, I released I'll See You There, which is a year of songs, like singles. And that was the project, right? And I called it I'll See You There because doing a song a month was the start of my really like I'm really going for it kind of mode. For like
momentum, traction.
Exactly. Yeah. And I did gain a good amount of traction. I think I was sitting around like 1,000 monthly listeners or less when I started my song a month thing, and then like by the end of that first year, it was like close to 18,000, I think. Something like that. And so yeah, it was a good amount of growth. And so like the whole idea of I'll See You There was like, this isn't necessarily like the end. This isn't the end of it. Yeah. Like there's still so much more to go and so much more music to make. So while we're getting there, like, or when we get there, I hope that I'll see you there, to the audience, the fans listening. Yeah. So after I'll See You There, I did Are We There Yet? Because I wanted to, do a callback to I'll See You There, and with the same kind of concept where it was like the songs of the previous year. I wanted it to just be a little EP. I didn't want to make like another huge project. Another reason why is because some of the songs I released within that year was with an independent label that I just didn't reach out to see if I could make a whole project with, and I didn't want to do if I released another project of like the singles in the last year, I didn't want them to be involved with it. I wanted it to be my own thing. Yeah. Because I want control over all of it. Right. Not that they wouldn't give me control. Like they're cool, but anyway, like I got sidetracked in my mind. So like with Are We There Yet? I wanted to do something similar where it's like this few songs that I released within this last year. Mm-hmm. I went up to Pawn, or no. How far back did I go? I went all the way back to Losing My Mind, which was like just a few months back. So I wanted to get 6 songs because that's an EP length. Mm-hmm. When you get to 8, you become an album. It's like album length. And so 6 songs is EP length. So that's why I went all the way back to Losing My Mind. That's why I chose those songs, because those are the ones I released within that few time, the few months leading up to the EP. Yeah. But Promise of a Parachute, To Her, and When I Met You Dear were all made specifically for this EP. Promise of a Parachute came out as a single, but when Promise of a Parachute came out, To Her and When I Met You Dear was already done, and they were ready to go. Okay. So, Promise of a Parachute came out in October, and then the whole EP came out in November. And so if you hear on the EP, When I Met You Dear transitions into To Her, and then To Her transitions into Promise of a Parachute. So when Promise of a Parachute came out as a single, it already had the transition attached to it, and so when you hear it, I mean, you don't hear anything really because it's just like, you know, like how it starts off with like the guitar.
Yeah.
But like that was after editing everything, so like it released as is on the EP.
Yeah.
You know, so but yeah, so what was the question? Why did I choose To Her, or what was it?
I was just wondering how, like how To Her got lumped in with there. If you were planning on releasing like multiple songs at one time for the EP, like new songs.
Yeah.
Or if you were thinking like, nah, I'll just release To Her in December, or release that in November and then the EP in December. I'm just wondering why you just wanted to give us 2 that month.
I wanted to give 2 because it's like if I'm going to release an EP, might as well put something extra in there, because I feel like if I'm going to label it as an EP, like I want to give a little bit extra. And To Her was like a really short song. Like it was in my mind like an interlude kind of thing. Like I didn't think of it as like this is gonna be the banger song of the EP, which somehow it is the banger song. It has like over 200,000 streams now. It just makes no sense. But I mean, like it's a good song. I don't think it's a bad song at all. Like it's a good song, but it was short, so I felt like as a single it was not strong, which maybe I was wrong, but like I didn't want to extend it though. Like I liked how it was short. I liked where it ended. Like I liked the length of To Her.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think it needed anything extra. I wanted it to be this incomplete feeling of a song.
Yeah.
And so like so I released it with When I Met You Dear on this EP together, because I just wanted to give people more music. Who doesn't want more music? So yeah, When I Met You Dear and To Her came out together on the EP, and this was the opener. This is the opener for the EP.
Yeah.
That's why I say, are we there yet? Or that's why Adriel says, are we there yet?
Yeah.
At the end of this EP. So, or at the end of this song.
Yeah. The start of the EP.
Start of EP, end of the song. Yeah.
Do you plan on doing another thing like this soon this year?
I was planning on doing it last year. Well, I didn't plan on it. Like the idea popped up in my mind, and I was like, maybe I'll go for it, but it just didn't like. It just didn't line up. I wasn't like going. I wasn't really actively trying to do it. I definitely think it's a good idea. Like just from a business standpoint, releasing a project from singles that you've already released, great idea. Because when somebody listens to, let's say one of the songs does really well, if since it's attached to a project, if somebody goes to click that song, they're going to see that it's on a project, because good thing about Spotify is that it'll automatically update songs to add to albums if they're in an album. So if it was once a single, like it'll still be on your profile as a single, but it'll update to the album instead.
Yeah.
When somebody finds it through the algorithm or something.
Yeah.
And so it's from a business standpoint, it's just really smart to do that, where if you have a lot of singles, compile them into a project so that, you can continuously get more people to see the project and listen to everything rather than just that one song.
Yeah.
So I definitely do want to do it again at some point. By just figuring out when and how many songs to put in is where it's like is not the issue. I don't want to say it's an issue, but it's just what to think about.
Yeah. It becomes like a project that you have to work on now.
Yeah, exactly right. It becomes a project, and I'm not focused on that. I'm making too much content right now. Yeah. So that's the focus right now.
Yeah, we just keep dropping on the 25th, and that's good for me. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but I would love to, and I would love to make like an actual fleshed out thought about project rather than just a collection of singles. I would love to make a dedicated, like, this was made to be listened to as a work of art. But that I feel like I'm going to wait to do until I have more ears waiting for it, I do know that there's people like I'm not gonna say I don't have a fan base. I know I see you guys up there. Like I appreciate you guys, the ones listening to this right now, and the ones that listen to my music. Like I know there are people out there that would love a project from me, but but the last project I released was Music Therapy, which was like the whole cohesive thing, like project as in like thought out album, and
Yeah.
I don't think that took a lot of work, a lot of thinking about. And at the time too, I mean, I was younger, so like a lot of work, quote unquote, like to me now, that's nothing, like, you know, but
Different time.
it's a different time, right? But I mean, I just knew the importance of it to me though.
Yeah.
And I know that the next project would be as important, if not more important than music therapy. And I would want to do it right. And so I would wait until it's time. I don't think it's time yet, you know, but once it is time, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And the whole thing with I'll see you there, are we there yet? I like that theme of like the there, like, you know, like as if like there's a place to work up to. So when the project does come, it's going to be titled something cool. Well, like I don't know, I don't have.
Do you know what it is?
I
right now?
don't. I have some ideas, but I don't have the specific idea down yet. But I would want it to be cool. So
This is getting juicy, man.
very juicy. Yeah, it's my projections of where I'm gonna be in the future. Yep.
All right. I got another. Well, I got some more lyrics for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We talked about this a little bit earlier, but I would have never found myself if I ain't find you, dear.
Yeah.
So, in what specific ways has music helped you find yourself, or like what specific traits do you think that if you weren't making music you wouldn't have?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good question. So music has definitely helped me find discipline, you know, in order to stick to something and like actually, you know, like not even just like discipline for myself, right? I mean, you know, it's easy to slack off, especially if you're your own boss.
Yeah.
Like you can do whatever the heck you want. But this career in music has taught me more discipline and to have more accountability for myself. With work, you know, like if I didn't do something, at the end of the day, it's my fault because I didn't put the time in. I mean, there's like emergencies and stuff that might pop up. If you get a collapsed lung, it's not like it's your fault necessarily, you know?
Yeah, true,
You
true.
know, so I know that there's instances where like there's times, yeah, like, you know, I generally just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
But but for majority of the time, there's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't progress in my career or anything like that is because it's just, I was not disciplined enough with myself, and continuously doing music has taught me to be more disciplined and take more accountability for the reason why I'm not where I want to be yet. But also I feel like, you know, that discipline, that accountability helps translate over with keeping my ego in check and with relationships, you know, like being able to communicate and stuff like that too. Like there's that. It's taught me. So I think that's one of the biggest things it's taught me.
Yeah. Because that can be applied to everything. Just like
Yeah.
having discipline, you can
Yeah.
use that, like you were saying, for everything.
Right. Yeah. It's taught me like, I don't know, passion too. Like, I mean, I was passionate about music. I loved music. I still love music. Like, not that I don't love it, you know, I love making music, but that passion for it, the passion was originally just to make music and make songs. Then that passion ended up growing into then, you know, creating content and then building a business. And now I'm really passionate about business and just in general. I love the idea of building a business and like sustaining it, growing it, watching it become its own thing.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, like it's bled into so much of like my life, and I don't know, it's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope. I would have never found myself if I hadn't found music. I think it's definitely made me who I am today.
Yeah. The next thing I got for you
Yeah.
is the road is far, but I know we'll make it anywhere as long as I have you there.
Yeah.
So I said, I love this bar. Where are you trying to make it? Like, what's make it?
Yeah.
You know, we've talked about like in the future making it, but what does that mean?
Well, it means making it anywhere. Any. Whoa, mind blown. What? No way. Yeah, no. The road is far, but I know we'll make it anywhere. Like, is quite literally like anywhere that I want to go. Like in any aspect. I mean, literally, like, if you think about touring, like eventually, if I want to tour, like literally, we could, you know, go on tour like in a lot of places. But there, the aspect of like, I genuinely feel like if there's anything that I wanted to do like if I put my mind to it, I could make it. Like, you know, like in terms of like if I want to make this certain amount of income, I'm sure working towards it consistently over time is going to make me get there. If I wanted this amount of listeners, if I wanted like anything that I want to necessarily, like in music, like I know that if I just put my mind to it, I'll make it there. You know? And with the music too, like I mean, I feel like John Bellion kind of instilled this in me. I feel like John Bellion is an artist, by the way. For if you guys don't know, a lot of people know John Bellion, though. I'm not gonna pretend like he's not, you know, well known. But there's some people that won't. But John Bellion was one of my favorite artists growing up. Yeah, I still love him, but he hasn't released any music. So, bro, sorry, you fell off, bro.
You fell off, bro. Sorry, John.
No, I'm kidding. He still has great music, and he's still releasing hits. He's just not the artist anymore. He like writes for people.
He's just writing slaps for other
and
people.
Just making hella bank from it too. Like, you know,
it's a W in my book.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, and I would love to follow in those footsteps, like, because I really don't care for the limelight, like that, you know. But anyway, one thing that like a value I think John Bellion instilled in me though, watching him like as an artist with like what he does with music, how passionate he is about it, and then how much opportunities he's gotten just from making music. Like, you know, all the people he's worked with, all the opportunity, like everything he's done, stems to the fact that he's just so passionate about music that his whole philosophy is that like if you just make great songs, like if you make great music and you just focus on getting better at your music, everything else will follow. And so with that like lyric, I know I'll make it anywhere as long as I have you there. As long as like I just know that I'm making music how I want to make it, and I'm making it as like, you know, like the best kind of music that I can make. Yeah. For myself, I'll be able to go anywhere. That's what I believe. Yeah. Will it happen? Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong completely, but like
that's what you got to believe, man.
It's for the song, guys.
it's for the song. But yeah, I think that's what you got to believe to get it anywhere. Yeah, right. Is because to most people, like saying, "Oh, I want to be a music artist," is like the craziest thing. It's like, what do you mean? Like that's not happening. Yeah. But and then there's a subset of the population that does that full time, so clearly it's possible. Right, for sure. You just have to believe that it's possible and have the discipline that music's taught you to get there. A little bit of delusion, you know. Yes. A little bit of delusion goes a long way. Yes. But also too, because you're saying like, where is that specifically? Like in my mind right now. Yeah. Like. So far, I mean, I think I have like a general idea of how I want my life to look like. But I think overall, it's like, it's not necessarily where I want music to go, but it's where do I want my life to go. Right. I want to be able to, you know, like go anywhere without like, or like do anything that I really want at like almost any time. Obviously, everything requires some sort of planning, but like I would like to have the freedom to do and go wherever I want, with whoever I want. I mean, and by that I mean like my friends and family. Not like I'm trying to call out Drake and like go on like, you know, on some like vacation with him, but overall like that's the goal. And then also to like just be physically, mentally healthy as well. You know, just like peace of mind, healthy body, and great relationships. That's like a perfect life, bro. And that's the goal. You know, and so everything that I do with my music is to get to that goal. Yeah. Yeah. So that makes sense. So and then actually the last thing that I got for you is, I know love comes and goes, and even with a hand to hold, you're still always alone. Yeah. Yeah. Please explain to me what that means. Depressing bar. Yeah. That was a little bit of a depressing bar, not gonna lie. Yeah, I want to hear what that means. Yeah. So I mean, like at the time too, like, you know, being out of a relationship and stuff like that I thought was going to be, you know, the end game. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, you reflect about it, think about it and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, you know, everybody says live life for yourself, right? You know, like, because you're the only person that could live your life. It's like, I knew that, but I didn't like really, you know that until I knew it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like
at the end of the day, the only person that you're living for is yourself, and that's the only person that's going to be here at the end. You die, you're born on your own, you die on your own, you know.
I mean, that's real.
This is depressing, but it's real, you know. It's like, and so like with like relationships and stuff like that, like, you know, love comes and goes, you know, people come and go, and like even if you have somebody there, it's all always still up to you to live your life how you want to live it, and you have to advocate for yourself and be there for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and so committing to yourself, right? And like my commitment to music, right? This being my longest commitment, like I said, you know, like I'm glad that you're the longest one, which is like the lyric in that same verse. You know, it's like yeah, I mean, you can only be there for yourself.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
You're all you got.
On God.
That's what I got.
That's it.
That's what I got.
That's it, guys. But before we move on, I want to say, if you like this podcast and you like me and you like Pres and you like the song, feel free to rate this podcast 5 stars. 5. Not 4.9. 5. I mean, 4.9 is all right, though. But like 5, though.
Yeah. We need 5. We deserve 5.
We right? We deserve 5. Why wouldn't we? What time is it?
It's about 1:02 p.m. Central.
I think you meant quote of the week. Sheesh.
Quote time.
Since I mentioned this already, I'll go with this one. Was never focused on getting bigger, just getting better. That's why I keep getting bigger after every record. That's from John Bellion on his song Let's Begin. I love that lyric. It's literally what I was talking about earlier. I was about to quote it, but I was like, nah, I'm going to save it for a quote of the week.
Yeah.
Like, I love that lyric. You know, going back to the whole, like, focusing on your music and making the best music that you possibly can. I will, like, personally, I think that's, like, it's important that you make the best music you possibly can. The best music possible. I definitely think there's like a mixture of like good music, but you also have to like have the mindset of growth, like, you know, in your business. Like you can't just rely solely on your music, because there's crazy talented musicians and singers out there that don't get heard.
Yep.
So you have to have a good balance of both, right? But I feel like it could be applied to all sorts of things. It's like if you don't focus on the end goal and you just focus on improving yourself, then you're going to get bigger inevitably, right? So instead of focusing on getting bigger in terms of like your audience, you know, your money, why don't you just make better content? Why don't you just make better music? Why don't you just get better at marketing?
Yeah.
The rest will follow.
Yeah.
And if you focus on that, that's what will result in getting bigger with every song you drop, or every piece of content you drop, or every, like, you know, like merch sale run you do.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, it could be like if you just focus on improving yourself rather than the end goal, you'll get your end goal. You know, the real goal is to improve you. I feel like I could have made that sound cooler. It's like somehow.
Yeah, and then the calling it out. Yeah. There's that too. You know.
Right.
Hey man, it's all good. I think it sounded plenty cool, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Thank
you're cool,
you.
bro.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Nah, this guy loves that quote because you say that all the time.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But to kind of piggyback off of that vibe, I have this quote from Rex Life Raj on Couple Months in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Getting busy with this music, bruh. I'm only one away. You're only one song away. You're only one song away.
That's very true.
Like the next one could really be the one.
That is true.
You know? And I always think the next one's the one. Like,
Yo.
I'm telling you right now, my next song gonna be my biggest. Absolutely. No questions. No questions about it.
Who wants smoke with me?
Yes, sir.
Who wants smoke with me? Yeah. Yeah, no. Oh, dang. That's crazy, because, like, by this point, when this podcast comes out, that song, like for us, it hasn't even come out yet. That you'll have another song out.
Yeah, my next song's gonna be my biggest one. Smoke With Me, that did great and everything, but Flowers,
Yeah.
that's it right there. Flowers is it. Yeah.
Dang, I'm excited for that.
Me too.
But yeah, no, it's true though. Like, you know that meme where like the person's like mining and then like there's like diamonds right behind. People always do like some goofy like text or whatever.
Yep.
Over it. But like it's true though. It's like you don't know how close you are. Like if you never quit, like will you what? You know what I'm saying,
Dude, for real. I've been trying to say that this whole episode, and I just couldn't get it out. But exactly. Bro, how did you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I think Seth Rogen said this. Bro, why not throw in another quote for quote of the week? Shoot, Seth Rogen said something along the lines of like, is everybody gonna make it? No, but if you don't quit, will you possibly make it? Yes. So it's like you really don't know how close you are. You might be hella far, or you might be just one brick away, one block away in Minecraft. But like, as long as you keep going, there's a chance you're gonna hit it. You know.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it really could just be that one song. You know, that one song, that one piece of content, that one Instagram story by Kylie Jenner.
Yeah. You never know.
You never know, bro.
You never know.
Yeah.
You don't know when that moment's gonna come.
Yeah.
And so if you stop, it's not going to.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. So, I love that. This is dope.
I like yours, man.
Thank you. And you know what else I love? You guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been T. James Pres Washington the 4th.
All right. The 4th.
This became the 4th.
We gotta stop leaking the government. We're done with it.
No, I don't want to. Anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. I make music in my shed. He doesn't.